Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortoise the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft Jurassic World Edition. Today we are down in the caves, and you guys submitted so many great name suggestions for all of our dinos last week that I was like, you know what? We really need to go get some name tags because we got to get these names slapped on these little suckers. So that's what I have been doing, or attempting to do at least. Down here in the caves, attempting to find a dungeon or something would be fantastic. Not sure whether or not we're actually going to accomplish that goal, but we are also gathering some good DNA along the way, which will be helpful. Or good fossils, I guess, at least. It's yet to be determined whether or not they'll end up being DNA, but we'll see here in a bit. But yeah, so let's go ahead and head down. I think I'm just about done with this ravine here. I've got a decent haul of stuff. I found a one of those temples, Aztec-looking temple things on the way over, so I grabbed some gold from that. I left all the other relics there just because I didn't need it clogging up my inventory. Let's see. We got several frozen meat. I found a couple of permafrosts, and we actually got some frozen meat out of them. So hopefully those will turn into some fossils and archaeology mammals. And then we're just collecting stuff. We got some good biofossil stuff going here. No dungeons yet, which is kind of my main goal. Really need the name tags, otherwise I'm gonna have to spend time fishing for them again, which is kind of a process. But we have, I think, pretty much run this ravine mostly dry. I'm going to head back up, at least the bottom level here. I'm going to head back up. We might find a crisscrossing tunnel or something we can get into. I don't think that the dungeons really have like a height requirement, like, you know, a Y. Like, I don't think they only spawn below a certain level. I think you can pretty much find them on the surface even. So they're rare, but I think you can find them. So see, we've already got water in our water buckets, so we don't have to get that back. We got a baby zombie up there. Let's see here. I don't have... Oh, this is my staircase back up. Let's wander this way, see if we can't find... I guess this kind of wandered up, so we've already kind of explored this level. Up there looks interesting. We haven't done that yet, so let's head that way. And I'm going to put... This takes us kind of back up to the surface. Let me put some torches there. Alright. Beautiful. Alright, yes. So let's head over this way. Let's see if in the darkness up here there's anything that'll prove useful to us. Oh, that's my cobble pillar. I was gonna say, wait a second, that looks like a dungeon. No, I was just over here. Yeah, okay, so this does not seem to go back anywhere else. So let's head back up. And we'll see if we can't find another little cave somewhere else. And or we might run back and do something with this DNA. Maybe do a little bit of fishing and just gab a little bit. I'll head up. Kind of had to dig down to this. Okay, wait, hold up. We got a crisscrossing ravine over here. That guy seems mad. I don't know if he's mad at me. I don't think I did anything to him. Let's cross over here. It seems more or less safe at the moment. Don't see a ton of skellies. Lit up most of this place. It had been pretty dangerous there for a bit. I'm not looking at you, Enderman. Hey, baby zombie. Chicken, so you don't cause lag. I'm gonna kill you too. Oh yeah, you don't care about me. Good boy. All right, so let's pop on over here. See if we can't. Well, we got some fossils here, so let's grab those while we're at it. Especially interested in the JurassiCraft fossils because those are the ones that like have specific quality levels and stuff you've got to keep in mind, and so those are the ones we really need lots of because, you know, if I get a single fossils and archaeology Gallimimus DNA, I'm good to go. But you know, like with the Carno, we've you know moved Carlisle over to his enclosure and stuff like that, but we do not have enough complete DNA in order to make Carlisle a mate. So we're having to, while at the same time we're looking for name tags, definitely gathering up as much DNA, or fossils at least I can get, and seeing where that takes us. Okay, we got a little fossil here. Okay, we got a couple fossils here. right there. Oh yeah, nice little pocket here. There we go. Nice. Nice. Alright, almost half stack already, which is fantastic. Let's pillar up a little bit. Alright. Get these couple of JurassiCraft fossils up here. I wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to first of all thank you. Definitely wanted to thank you guys for, especially, you know, when I ask for names and when I ask for feedback, especially, you guys are really good about giving it. I was watching a video of it was Wynn's video recently. She had I think it was a Time Shot episode where she was talking about you know, how to not get burnt out on YouTube. And the title of it was just, well, I think it was How to Not Get Burnt Out on YouTube. I think that's the title of it. What really drew my eye was because I knew Wynn's been doing YouTube for, I know she's been doing it for about a month or more now, full-time. She's been doing full-time YouTube. And so I was at first, you know, I saw that title and I was like, oh man, Wynn's not gotten burned out already, because that would be bad. And no, that's not what it was about. She was just kind of, people ask her all the time, you know, how do you keep going with it? Because I think a lot of people come into YouTube with, you know, some serious misconceptions on what YouTube is going to be. Really, what YouTube is a lot of hard work with very little payoff. And that's what it is. I mean, people come in and they think they're going to be the next Etho or something and have 1 million subs in a month, and then they get all upset when that doesn't happen. It's like, well, that's an unreasonable expectation. And so Wynn was talking about that and about, you know, why are you here? What are you doing this for? And she made the statement, which is kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. She made the statement, you know, even if all of my views and all of my comments and everything, likes, everything zeroed out, if people just stopped watching, stopped commenting, stopped liking, she says that she would still do it. And I've got no reason to doubt her. If Wynn says, I mean, because we all started there at some point, right? We all of us, you know, at one point or another had 0 subs, 0 views, 0 likes. That's where all YouTubers start out. And so, you know, I've got no reason to doubt her. But for me, that statement kind of caught me aback because, honestly, for me, I don't know if I would continue doing YouTube. I mean, if tomorrow, you know, I've got 1,500 subscribers now. I just broke 1,500 this last weekend, or last week. And for me, you know, the reason why I got into YouTube was, you know, I've learned a lot of stuff through YouTube, for sure. I've learned, you know, especially about video production and stuff. I've always been in the computer graphics, my range, and my degree is actually in web and multimedia, but never really actually did a whole lot with, like, video production. Sort of thing. Never really was in a place where it's like, all right, I've got footage that I need to do something with and things like that. You know, I did some animations and things like that. I've made videos before, but never really in this kind of realm. I never really dealt with, like, just video editing or screen capturing or worrying about microphones, all that kind of stuff. It's never been something that I've really had to touch before. And so I've learned a lot from YouTube, but what I really started was, I love gaming. And I enjoyed watching all of the, you know, all these guys. You know, I started, you know, I was a big Minecraft fan back in the day. You know, loved Beef and Etho and Jenny B and B00 and all these guys. And I don't watch a lot. Beef is really the only big YouTuber I watch anymore. I occasionally will catch a B00 episode or something. You know, I don't really watch much Jenny anymore, but I mean, things kind of, you know, these channels have evolved just, you know, with the times and stuff. Those guys do it for their job, so they've kind of jumped on the trends of mobile gaming and, you know, all these kind of weird games and stuff like that. So it's not stuff that I'm necessarily interested in. I loved their, you know, vanilla Minecraft series, and I you know, like with Beef, you know, I watch Beef and I really enjoy his content, and so I will watch pretty much anything he puts out. But, you know, it's rare to find a viewer who will do that, and it's rare to find a channel, you know, where it's like, you know what, no matter what this guy puts out, I'm going to watch it. I used to give, you know, some of those guys more leeway than I do now, just because I don't have as much time. And I've got, not only do I have less time, but I also, you know, being a person who does this creation, I'm on servers with a lot of people, and for me, it's a lot of fun to watch, you know, my friends, and especially because, you know, if I'm on that server, you know, it's good for me to know what's going on TimeShot or whatever. So I will be watching the TimeShotters videos as opposed to, you know, some of the Mindcrackers that I used to watch or something like that. And I think that's just a natural progression of what we do. So I got into YouTube, though, because I was, you know, I watched these guys because, not because they're big YouTubers, I'm like, oh, I should be watching, you know, Jenny, because I connected with those people, and I thought, you know what, me and Beef, or me and Jenny, or me and Etho, or me and BWO, or whoever, I figured we could be friends. They were the kind of guys who I thought, you know what, these are the guys I would hang out with anyway, and so I felt a connection with them, and I was like, you know what, I'd love to be a part of this community, and it seemed like to really be a part of that community, you needed to do the YouTubing thing. And so I was like, you know what, that's great, let's do it. It's not something I'd really thought about much before, but I was like, you know what, this could be something that could be a lot of fun. We've got some fossils up here. And so I got into it, and but really for me, if the community died away, like, the joy for me in doing YouTube is not in spending hours editing and rendering videos, necessarily. Not even necessarily in recording videos, although it's one of the more fun aspects. But it's in seeing you guys' reactions to those videos, you know, good, bad, otherwise, you know, getting the feedback from you guys, and, you know, interacting with you guys. That's where the fun of all this comes in. For me at least, and you know, all the people are here for different reasons. You know, there's people who are doing YouTube because they want to make a quick buck, and I kind of chuckle at that because that's not what YouTube is. Certainly not anymore. Used to be, maybe, if you were one of the pioneers of YouTube, you maybe got to make some big money. But these days, you know, really, you know, you work long and hard at it, and maybe you'll get somewhere, but maybe you won't. Like, you know, I've got 1,500 subscribers. I'm never going to be able to quit my job. I can tell you that right now. I've looked at my growth, and, you know, there's been, you know, big spurts of growth, like when I joined TimeShot, you know, gained 400 subscribers overnight, basically, give or take. And so, you know, there are periods of that, but that's not, you know, all of those people who subscribe to me, they're not all watching anymore. Some of you guys probably are. Some of you guys are probably TimeShot people, who were TimeShotters before you were whippersnappers, and, you know, love having you guys aboard. But even if you get lucky and get a big burst of that, it doesn't mean sustainable, you know, growth or anything like that. It doesn't mean you're going to make any money, and I'm not here to make money, because you don't make any money doing this. And things like Patreon and stuff like that help out. But really, what keeps, you know, somebody like me going doing YouTube is hanging out with you guys, getting the comments. You know, I love, even though, so we've got 1,500 subscribers, and I think that makes me, now that, I may be the smallest YouTuber on TimeShot at this point. I think Audio had fewer subscribers than me before he left, but I think at this point I'm probably the smallest TimeShotter left. Left, I mean, that sounds bad, but I think I am, and I'm, you know, I don't care. But I think that happens to be the case, and so, you know, it just, even for me, you know, with my measly 1,500 subscribers, which is awesome, but it's, you know, it's, when I look at Poet, who's got, you know, 180,000 subscribers or something, you know, it's, you know, he's still got 10 times my subscribers or whatever. But even with just my few, I have a handful of, you know, very dedicated subscribers, people who have been with me for years, some people who have showed up recently, but at the same time, these people are, you know, they comment regularly, they watch the videos, they give feedback, all this kind of stuff, and that is the kind of stuff, making friends, having a good time with people. Oh wow, there is some glitch with the palm trees. These are all, in fact, I should really, let's take a look at the map. How do I center on the player? Follow, that's what I want. So I need to keep note of this place. There's lots of good palm tree wood. It just spawns naturally out here. I've got it turned on the config to do that, but it doesn't really do it in a lot of places. It kind of is just randomly sporadic. It's not biome contingent or whatever. It's just kind of, all right, yeah, we'll spawn them here. But the leaves do not stick around. But I can come out here and get some of this wood for the walkways and stuff. That'll be good. But let's head back towards the park a bit. But yeah, so, you know, I just want to, you know, I wanted to thank you guys, I guess is the long and short of it, because, you know, I heard Wynn's comment, and she's like, yeah, I would continue to do this even if, you know, everybody disappeared. No more comments, no more views, no more likes, and you know, I'm definitely of the opinion that I would rather have viewers than subscribers, because, you know, I have 1,500 subscribers, but I you know, even on my most watched videos, it's usually, you know, these days we're lucky to hit 200 or whatever, and that's my most watched videos. That's not even the average. These days we're averaging less than 100, which is a little disappointing to me, because there was a time when I had fewer subscribers but were getting better views, and I used to always be really proud of that. My views were growing exponentially, or, you know, they were growing in parallel with my subscriber base, and I used to be really proud of that, you know, I don't have a bunch of empty subs. You know, people who are subscribed, you know, every subscriber necessarily wasn't watching, but I was, you know, as my subscribers were growing, my views were growing. And that's not true anymore, which is a little disappointing, but again, I have a handful of very dedicated subscribers, and you guys are among those. You guys who, you know, who comment every week and leave feedback and suggestions and things like that. You know, there may be only, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 people who comment in a given week on a given video, but those people give good constructive feedback, and you know, we enter into a dialogue together. I bounce things off of you guys, and you guys actually, you know, reciprocate and things like that. And so I don't need 1 million or 180,000 subscribers. I mean, if I wanted to make this my job, I would, but at this point, that's not my goal. Even if I had 1 million subscribers and could replace my revenue or my, you know, my salary at my current job with YouTube revenue, I don't know that I could. I don't know that I still could do that. Like, I'm married. My wife and I are hoping to have kids in the next couple of years, things like that. I honestly, you know, especially, not only do I not necessarily know, you know, the next big thing comes out and YouTube's obsolete or something. I don't know that it'll happen, especially YouTube's owned by Google now. I don't think Google will let that happen. But at the same time, I watch, you know, some of these big guys that I watch, and, you know, like Generic B or whatever, who, you know, the programming on their channels have changed drastically in order to meet the needs of the viewers, which, I mean, it should, but that means that at some point things really started to dip for them, and, you know, that's their livelihood. They had to radically make some changes in order to stay relevant, and, you know, that kind of uncertainty. My wife's not a big gamer. She doesn't even really know all of what I do for YouTube stuff, because I do it, you know, in the off times that I've got and things like that, when she's at work or whatever, over my lunch and things like that. And even if I had 1 million subscribers and was getting, you know, a check for thousands of dollars every month in order to support us, I don't know that, you know, I'm married. I can't make that decision for myself necessarily. I don't know that it would be something like, yeah, why don't you quit your steady job for this job where it's constantly fluxing and all that and things like that. But, oh wow, did we run out of torches? Yikes. Is there coal over here somewhere? I'm gonna need a little bit of more coal. I'd made a ton of torches, so I wasn't even paying attention to it. But yeah, so I mean, you know, so because of the fact that, you know, this is never going to be my job, just because realistically I don't think that would ever be a decision that my wife and I would probably make, the uncertainty of it all, at that point then I don't need 1 million subscribers. All I really care about, because I could have 1 million subscribers, but if nobody commented, it would, you know, I'm sitting here talking to an empty room at that point, and that just gets sad. When you're talking to an empty room for hours a week, and nobody is talking back, that's the definition of insanity, I think. So really, I just want to thank you guys so much, for those of you guys who have been around forever, and for those of you guys who are new and are you know, trying to become active members of the community. Here's some coal. I just want to thank you, because unlike what some of the other people might do, and I'm not here for the money by any means, I'm here for the community. And so, despite what others might say, where they, you know, they could keep going no trouble if everybody disappeared. I don't think I'm one of those people, and it's not that I need the attention or some sort of validation or anything like that, but I don't know, what fun is doing all this work? I can game by myself. I don't need to, you know, I don't need to do all the extra work of recording and editing and uploading and thumbnails and doing all that stuff. I don't need all that extra work if nobody is going to enjoy it, sort of thing. So I just want to thank you guys for keeping Tortimer the Great Gaming running. You guys are awesome, and I really do appreciate everything that you guys continue to do for me, whether or not you're, you know, one of my patrons who actually monetarily support the channel, or if you're just, you know, one of those people who, even if you don't comment regularly, the random comments that we get to are great. But, you know, for you guys who comment every week or every episode, or, you know, some of you guys who seem to watch whatever I put out, that's awesome. I love you guys. If I see, you know, Josh or, you know, somebody else putting a comment out on every video that comes out, it seems, that's cool that you people are, you know, watching all that kind of content. Because I know I'm not always that good of a viewer for the people I'm subscribed to. I'll watch, you know, a certain series or something, and occasionally, you know, like with, you know, Beef, I try out, you know, he's got that Life is Strange series, and that's not something I normally would have watched, but Beef was doing it, and I enjoy his commentary a lot, and so I was like, you know what, I'll give that a shot. And so for those of you guys who like me enough to do that, that's awesome. I greatly appreciate all the support, whether, you know, it's monetary or just, you know, hanging out and being a part of the Whippersnapper community. That's awesome. And so, you know, Wynn's little comment just got me thinking, and I realized I'm not that strong. I'm not the kind of person that would be, you know, just talking to an empty room forever. You know, I might switch to streaming or something where, you know, maybe engagement is a little easier to get. I don't know. Because I love gaming. Gaming's what I love to do in my free time, and so yeah, I mean, I would certainly continue playing. But yeah, in terms of all the extra work that goes into it, you know, the fun for me is talking to you guys. And anyway, I think that's going to be it, guys. This cave system actually looks pretty promising. We won't be back here next episode. We'll be back at the park doing some stuff. But I'm going to keep looking. Hopefully we'll find a dungeon or something to get some name tags from. If we do, I will make sure to show you all the loot we got next time. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I'm really excited about the progress we're making on the park lately, and with these additional resources and stuff like that, should make progressing even easier. So that'll be awesome. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I will see you all back here next time on the next episode of Minecraft Jurassic World Edition. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I will see you all back here next time. Have a good one.